The Witcher returns! Holy smokes, the Game Awards went off with all the trailers this year. It's been nearly a decade since the release of The Witcher 3, the most universally acclaimed game in the franchise and one of the most beloved games of all time. And now we have the first reveal trailer for The Witcher 4, which introduces us to our new protagonist, Ciri. As you probably remember, Ciri is Geralt's adoptive daughter, and with his trilogy coming to an end, it seems like it's time for the new generation to take center stage. In the trailer, we see Ciri enter a small village, which is fixated on sacrificing a young woman to a monster to save themselves. Classic mob mentality. Ciri obviously does not want this to happen, so she rushes in to save the woman. However, Ciri realizes that things here are much worse than she initially thought. In reality, there was no monster, and the people of the village created this story to simply kill her for not upholding a certain tradition. There's an action sequence where we see Ciri use her silver sword and Witcher signs. It seems that she has managed to retain her magical abilities after all, even using a lightning attack in combat. Now, let's shine the spotlight on this new Witcher. The Witcher 3 had 3 different endings, and it seems like the canon ending is the best ending, where we saw Geralt and Ciri go on the Witcher path together, after the former gifted a silver sword to Ciri. While some people are shocked, the developers, CD Projekt Red, have always made it clear since all the way back in 2013 that they do not wish to keep Geralt as the protagonist after the main trilogy. In a famous statement, they literally said the point of a trilogy is to be, well, a trilogy. Geralt becoming the main character once again would tarnish his legacy, in my opinion. Furthermore, with Ciri being the new main character, we will surely learn a lot more about Geralt in different ways, and it doesn't feel like the game is trying to force us into something either. It's been confirmed that Geralt will have cameos in the game too, so it will be really nice to see him from the perspective of someone else and learn what he's up to now, especially as he grows old. This is a good natural progression, and honestly, playing as a young character will feel like a breath of fresh air, providing us with brand new perspective. When we play as Geralt, he was already in his Unk era basically, and had seen the world. He knew a lot about its wrongs, and in many ways, when he sees things happen for a long time, he at the very least accepts that it happens. He can deal with things differently, but there's no shock value left in it. On the other hand, Ciri is a young woman who is quite different from Geralt. She's a very nice person, and will be more open to new ideas, perspectives, and people. While this is good, it will be a big hurdle for her to understand that a lot of people are much worse than monsters. Of course, she will still need to fight monsters to protect humans, and sometimes those humans will not be good people. While we don't have much info on the story right now, it has been confirmed to be another trilogy, which will focus on Ciri's journey to become a true Witcher. It also seems like talking to NPCs will be more important than ever, as the executive producer talked about how Ciri yearns for connection and understanding with people. The narrative director also mentioned that the game is going to be set in a darker open world. This new world will force one to make tough decisions. Things will not be black and white, we'll have to dig deep, and our actions as Ciri will have major consequences. As for the open world itself, Projekt Red is sure that this will be the most immersive open world Witcher game they've ever made. The tone of it should add a lot of flavor too. Furthermore, it will be much more dangerous than the world of Witcher's past. The old order is crumbling and dark forces are on the rise. Of course, this is reflected in the game's art style as well. It looks darker and grittier when compared to the Witcher games with Geralt as the main character. While The Witcher 3 is a beautiful looking game, even a decade after release, CD Projekt Red have decided to up their game once again by utilizing Unreal Engine 5 instead of the Red Engine, which was used for the prequel as well as the controversial Cyberpunk 2077. While the trailer was not rendered in real time, it did use assets and character models from the game itself. This is the level at which they're planning to release the game. This is quite a tall order, especially when considering how unplayable Cyberpunk 2077 was for a ton of people during release. Still, I have faith in CD Projekt Red, as their CEO himself talked about how they are focusing heavily on preventing a Cyberpunk-type launch, and their shift to the Unreal Engine 5 seems to be a step in the right direction. This decision was announced in 2022 when Epic Games added better support for developing open-world games on their engine. In fact, Jacob Napik, the CDPR art director of VGX and Lighting, said that Unreal Engine 5 is like a toolbox with tons of features and solutions installed, which will allow the team to try out new things. He also added that since a lot of developers already use this engine, they can take a look at multiple perspectives to approach game design and in turn create a better product. With the engine's ability to look amazing and be quite optimized, like in the case of Black Myth Wukong, I'm really excited to get my hands on the game. However, no release date has been revealed yet. In fact, it was unveiled that the game was only greenlit for full-scale production phase late this year. So 2025 is completely out the window, but you could probably try to pray and manifest and see if the game will be released in 2026? Still, CD Projekt Red has stated that they plan to release the trilogy completely within a span of 6 years, and with some delays, we can probably expect one game every 3 years or so, which is pretty good. I believe that the pace at releasing the games will only improve as the team gets more adept at developing on a new engine, and with a lot of assets ready, they'll be able to improve and innovate quicker down the line. As for the release platforms, I believe that we will get the game on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X. Maybe the Switch too if Nintendo decides to add some power to their next-gen console. Don't hold your breath for previous-gen consoles though. Remember Cyberpunk on base PS4? Oof. That's all we know so far, but this is definitely a game to keep an eye on. Let us know what you're most excited about down in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.